Prepare to be on the edge of your seat as we delve into terrifying bear encounters, from reckless taunting to unexpected hiking moments and full-on brutal attacks. These gripping stories highlight the raw power and unpredictability of nature's most formidable predators. A hiker out walking and enjoying the beautiful scenery unexpectedly finds himself in a precarious situation after he encounters this. His dog immediately starts barking at the large predator in front of him, which makes the situation worse as the animal gets agitated. He waits a little longer to see if the animal will leave, but as soon as he realizes that it isn't going anywhere, he does this. Grizzly bears are extremely dangerous due to their size, strength, and aggressive behavior, especially when threatened or protecting their young. Fortunately, the animal decided to run away after getting scared. After hearing some strange noises coming from his car while he was delivering food to a house, this man decides to investigate, only to see this.
Come here. Get out of here. He smelled your pizza and he went right in there for it. Look at his bear claws.
Bears break into cars, searching for food, attracted by smells, and learn that vehicles often contain edible items. The man immediately records the crazy situation he is currently in, while bravely but calmly guiding the predator out of his car.
Get out of my car. Get out. Get out, Bubba.
At first, the animal doesn't budge and continues rummaging through the vehicle, but after a little push, the predator finally decides to leave.
Get out. Go. Go.
Imagine how different this interaction would have been if the predator had been more aggressive. This hiker is placed in a terrible situation after he encounters bear cubs in the woods, which decide to approach him, leading to this happening. If you encounter bear cubs, back away slowly and quietly, avoiding sudden movements as the mother bear is likely nearby and protective. Bears are more aggressive when nursing, as they are highly protective of their cubs and perceive threats more intensely. The predator bluff charges at him multiple times, but he continues to stand his ground, which is better than running away. If he had run away during that encounter, he could have been considered prey. What would you do if you decided to take a break from work to chill outside, but suddenly found yourself in this predicament? The animal can be seen playing with the guy's foot while he nonchalantly records the animal and even casually pushes it away like a pet. Bears are incredibly strong, capable of breaking tree limbs, flipping heavy rocks, and delivering powerful blows that can seriously injure or kill. With this in mind, the predator could have easily broken his foot if it wanted to, but judging from the man's reaction, this must happen frequently. He may have nerves of steel, but I'm sure the rest of his body is still flesh. What was supposed to be just another normal ride home quickly turns suspenseful after this driver encounters a family of bears on the side of the road. He immediately pulls out his camera to record the family from the comfort of his car. But things take a turn for the worse after this happens. According to the video description, the charge was caused by another guy off camera who decided to approach the bears out of ignorance. You should not approach bears with cubs, because mother bears are extremely protective and can become aggressively defensive, posing serious danger to you. I will never understand why some people choose to put their lives in danger, but to each their own. Bears can run surprisingly fast, reaching speeds of up to 35 miles per hour, making it impossible for humans to outrun them. Do you consider yourself brave? If you do, then can you guarantee that you will not run away crying after you see this charging at you? I know what you're probably thinking right now. How could that guy calmly stand still after seeing a tank running straight towards him? The predator fortunately runs past him, ending this close encounter. Feeding bears can make them reliant on human food, causing aggression, property damage, and increased danger to both humans and bears. If this isn't enough to deter you, the events shown in this video might change your perspective. Still trying to put on a tough act in front of his friends, I'm sure everybody already knows how terrified that biker was after the attack. He could have easily become that predator's lunch if it was really hungry. The next encounter begins with a biker stopping upon seeing a bear cub by the side of the road. Acting recklessly, he mocks and taunts the cub, accelerating his own danger, which leads to the resulting situation.
They are very small bear, they want to attack you. Look at that. Look. You. That's why I said to you.
Embarrassed by the cub's initial charge, he laughs and curses at the predator. His bruised ego leads him to make a U-turn to harass the animals again, driven by his wounded pride and insecure reaction. People like these tend to end up learning their lesson the hard way. A group of tourists in southeast Alaska decide to stop in their tracks after encountering a bear on the side of the road scavenging for food. Bears can close distances quickly, covering 50 yards in about 3 to 4 seconds, making it crucial to avoid provoking or alarming them. The predator doesn't notice them at first, but as usual, things take a dark turn after the bear focuses on the tourists and does this. Tourists immediately hide inside the vehicle after the mock charge, which is then followed by their nervous laughs. A good saying to remember is, if you can see the bear, you're too close. While building an additional kitchen on a bear viewing camp in Alaska, this group of campers unexpectedly gets visited by something terrifying. The predator immediately shows them who's the boss of the area, but the campers stand their ground, to not be considered prey. According to the video source, the bear immediately ran away after the bluff charge. At the beginning of this terrifying bear encounter, a bunch of tourists can be seen taking pictures and videos of 2 bears they encountered in the wild. The predator casually moves closer towards the group, taking small steps at a time, which proves to be dangerous after this happens. Their tour guide immediately steps forward to challenge the charging animal, which scares the predator, making it retreat. If you find yourself in a situation similar to this, make loud noises, shout, and wave your arms to make yourself appear larger, encouraging the bear to leave.
Stay still, guys, please.
Thankfully, no one got hurt during this frighteningly close encounter. This family was just trying to make a U-turn when all of a sudden they experienced the most dangerous traffic stop of their lives. The predator can be seen menacingly walking towards their vehicle and stopping right beside the driver's side. The driver keeps recording the bear blocking their path, which has shown interest in the family in the Jeep. If a bear approaches your vehicle, stay inside, remain calm, and avoid honking or sudden movements. Let the bear leave on its own.
What you doing?
Unfortunately, the clip ends abruptly, and what happens next remains unknown. Being a wildlife photographer can be dangerous due to proximity to wild animals, unpredictable behavior, and challenging environments requiring caution and experience. In this video, you're about to see two wildlife photographers getting treated like paparazzi by a small family of bears in the wild.
She did a bluff charge and then stopped, and we kind of just kept filming.
Nursing bears are highly protective and can become aggressive if they perceive a threat to their cubs. Never approach bear cubs, as their mother is likely nearby and will defend them aggressively, posing a significant risk to your safety.
Hey, I'll take care of raising my kids.
So we still need to be aware that bears are wildlife. There is a limit that we cannot cross.
Probably the skip.
Another highlight of this crazy encounter, surprisingly, doesn't come from the animals they were recording, but from this happening instead.
Trigger and bear spray cookie. And you know there's absolutely nothing you can do.
At least no one got injured during this incredibly close encounter. This man decided to pull out his camera after he heard strange noises coming from the forest while he was out strolling around. Walking in the woods can be dangerous because of wildlife, getting lost, rough terrain, and unexpected emergencies or bad weather. Though the man knew these risks and was prepared, he wasn't ready for what happened to him. The man and the large predator stare at each other, waiting for one to make a move, providing us with a really tense scene. The predator finally decides to walk in another direction away from him, ending the encounter. Two fishermen on their way to their favorite fishing spot in Alaska unexpectedly end up in a terrifying standoff with a frightening animal. The men, already experienced with this kind of interaction, do everything right, but unfortunately for them, the predator refuses to leave. They move forward while one holds a stick and the other a bear spray, preparing and getting ready for the worst to happen. Bears may follow humans out of curiosity to investigate potential food sources or due to habituation to human presence and associated activities. Thankfully, this predator eventually decides to leave the men alone. The Trans-Fagarasan Road is dangerous due to its steep, winding paths, sharp turns, unpredictable weather, and potential for landslides, posing risks to drivers. If these factors aren't dangerous enough for you, then maybe the fact that bears are prevalent in the area will change your mind? In the video, the biker experiences firsthand the large number of bear encounters you're bound to experience when using this road. Fortunately, the bears decide to leave the biker alone. Things could have gotten bad. What was supposed to be a fun hike for these tourists quickly turns disastrous after they encounter something extremely petrifying.
Господи. Уйди, 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 уйди. Ой. Вот это у ребят штука.
The group of tourists ahead of the other group you see in the video are left unable to do anything to help after the bear decides to do this.
Такой нет. Ой, господи.
You should always carry bear spray during hikes in bear country to deter potential encounters and protect yourself from harm in wilderness areas. The predator, thankfully, decides to leave the hikers alone after the bluff charge. After driving to their hunting spot, these hunters set their dogs loose to track deer, when suddenly they get a horrifying surprise. If your dog chases a bear, call your dog back immediately and calmly retreat to a safe distance, avoiding direct confrontation with the bear. At first, the bear can be seen running away from the dog, but a moment later, something snaps in the predator's mind, leading it to do this. Bringing dogs to a hunt is common, since they often help in tracking and catching prey, but sometimes they can also lead you into trouble. The predator decides to retreat to the cover of the woods instead of attacking them. A man can be seen admiring two bears chasing each other amidst beautiful scenery, when all of a sudden the predators turn their attention to him.
Hey! You get back! Get on it!
He quickly uses his pepper spray and shouts to scare off the bears, which luckily works. Carrying bear spray is essential for deterring bear attacks, offering a non-lethal way to protect both humans and bears during encounters.
Out of here. That's right there. Cool.
Staying calm in situations like this obviously takes balls. Copying what experienced explorers do in these kinds of situations will surely save your life. Big props to the guy for keeping his composure despite the tanks in front of him. This family gets stuck in the middle of the road after this guy decides to pull out his phone to record as soon as he sees this. He keeps recording the bear and its cub walking towards him, seemingly unaware of the fact that it's slowly closing the distance. He finally gets to learn his lesson, though, because a few seconds later the predator gets close enough to do this. Stopping to record bears can provoke them, distract from safety precautions, and endanger both yourself and the bear due to close proximity and unpredictable behavior. They immediately leave the area after learning a very valuable lesson. Russian workers on their way to work find themselves in a dangerous situation after an unexpected toll booth blocks their way.
Да не-не-не-не-не-не. Зайди, зайди. Зайди. Тихо, тихо, тихо. Не бойся. Чего, Мишель, вкусно?
The men are understandably terrified, yet amused by the bear at the same time, so they decide to start recording as soon as they get the chance.
Давай резанем еще чуть-чуть. Сейчас тебе нарежем, сейчас.
The predator eats the bread one of the workers dropped on the ground, which leads it to do this in an attempt to extract more from them.
Ну подожди, ну.
They immediately regret their decision to feed it after they are left with no choice but to give up their snacks in order to not become snacks themselves.
Ладно, ладно. Ну, ты махонький, блядь.
The clip cuts short though, and we still don't know what happens next. This clip begins with a person recording a bear they encountered while they were out hiking on a seemingly normal sunny day. The hiker can be seen admiring the magnificent animal minding its own business. Additionally, the person was probably thinking that he was at a safe enough distance away from the animal. Little did this person know that stopping to record the predator would have been the biggest mistake of his life, if not for this. Bear sprays work by releasing a cloud of capsicum-derived compounds that irritate a bear's eyes, nose, and respiratory system, deterring it from attacking. I think I'll be taking a break from hiking after watching this video. With an already dangerous trail ahead of them, these hikers seem unable to catch any breaks as this terrifying thing happens to them. Bears kill 1 to 2 people annually in North America, mostly in defense or when provoked, emphasizing the importance of caution and bear safety measures. Unfortunately, the ending of this video continues to be a mystery. Is it really worth risking your safety for your bike? This frightening video will make you reconsider. Watch it to understand the potential dangers and decide if it's worth taking such risks. Never attempt to retrieve items from a bear, regardless of their value, as it can provoke aggression. Even if you consider yourself strong, you cannot overpower a bear. Safety should always come first when dealing with wildlife. Drivers in the area try to frighten the bear, but their efforts are ineffective. The bear remains focused on trying to open the bike box, undeterred by the attempts to scare it away. If a bear interacts with your bike, calmly back away without approaching the bear, as it may be curious and potentially defensive. The predator finally runs away after hearing enough of the noise coming from the cars. Hikers in Montana Glacier National Park are left unable to finish their trail after they encounter something horrifying during their hike. The hiker in the video desperately tries to hide in the bushes, thinking that he isn't on the animal's radar. In reality, though, the predator probably already knows his location, as animals in the wild have a strong sense of smell. When you encounter a bear during your hike, remain calm, avoid sudden movements, back away slowly, and make noise to alert the bear of your presence. If a bear keeps following you, continue facing it, make yourself look larger, speak firmly, and slowly back away while avoiding direct eye contact. Unfortunately, the clip cuts without showing us how the encounter ends. Tourists in this video can be seen feeding a bear they encountered on the side of the road while they were out on a sightseeing trip. The bear begins following the tour bus, encouraged by being fed. Feeding bears can make them dependent on human food, causing aggressive behavior, property damage, and danger to both humans and bears, ultimately compromising their natural behavior and safety. Wild animals, especially bears, learn fast, so it's best not to feed them, as they can easily consider humans as food sources. The predator is still not full, even after eating the treats thrown by the tourists, so it decides to force them to feed it more. The video ends with the tourists finally leaving the predator alone. After successfully shooting a deer they were stalking, these hunters were surprised to find their kill already being taken by another hunter.
He's right here. Hey! Hey! Hey!
When bears steal hunters' catches, it can be dangerous due to potential confrontations, injuries, and territorial disputes, escalating risks in wilderness encounters. The hunters try screaming and scaring the bear away, but after failing to do so, they are left with no other choice but to do this. Thankfully, the predator gets the message immediately and leaves the carcass alone. Encountering a mother bear with her cubs is dangerous because she will fiercely protect them, viewing any threat as a danger. The people in the video seem unaware of this as they surround the bear family despite the risks.
Told you a bear's gonna come eat you all. There's one right here.
You can even see kids leaving the safety of the cars to watch the concerned and agitated mother bear trying to find a way to leave.
Right here. Look at this.
They were very lucky that the bear chose not to attack. Things could have ended badly. This tourist was too late to see a large predator walking in his direction, so he was left with no choice but to stand still and pray. The size of the bear in the video is both stunning and extremely terrifying. Angering it could spell disaster for everyone in the area. Grizzly bears can grow up to 7 to 9 feet in length and weigh between 300 and 1,500 pounds, depending on their age, gender, and habitat. Good thing it decides to ignore the humans around it and continues minding its own business. This hiker in Yellowstone backcountry is just trying to get some steps in when his heart rate suddenly spiked after seeing this. Bears are not naturally aggressive, but can be defensive when threatened, protecting territory, cubs, or food sources, especially if surprised or provoked. Encountering an apex predator like a bear is never a joke, so if you're planning on going for a hike in places where bears are common, always bring bear spray. This hiker gets lucky as the animal continues walking away from him.